to get started, folks.
Washington's 106.7 WJFK. Here starts Ron and Fez.
Okay, good. You're in for that, right?
Ron and Fez.
All right, I promised Billy if we had a little time, we'd let him get into a rant, because once again, something in the paper has him upset. What is it, Billy?
I read this article.
Is the price of Xanax up?
No. Oh, no.
No, I have insurance. I only pay a copay. That doesn't bother me. They could raise it all.
Codependent copay.
They're not letting kids fish in Norway. What?
Why would I care?
I know.
No.
Why does this have your beef out of all the problems? They're bombing Yale.
No, but I'm saying, kids fish. I grew up fishing.
Do you live in Norway?
No, it doesn't matter.
Get out of it.
They have this plan.
Just because Captain Ahab was chasing you doesn't mean you grew up fishing.
Look, I remember...
Who could stop a kid from fishing? They are surrounded by water there. It's a peninsula.
Didn't I say that one of my uncles was a member of the Loyal Order of International Vikings or something like that?
I thought it was Vicodins.
I have no idea what you mumble on about.
No, I do believe I have Norwegian or Swedish blood in me, so this does affect me. They want to take
you have Norwegian blood in your pants.
That's Norwegian wood.
And Sven would like it back.
No, they're taking 40,000 fishing poles away from kids.
What do you mean they're taking them away?
No,
what kid has 40,000 fishing poles?
No, from 40,000 different children. They have a plan. They give away 40,000 poles to children every year.
Polish people?
They're giving the poles to Norway. I remember when Germany took them.
Maybe if we were doing a show in Oslo, this would be big. But it means nothing to Fez and I.
We have a large Norwegian listening population, I believe. I mean, I being one of them, to some extent. But they are saying fish, and they are doing this because fish feel pain. That is the most utterly ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life.
All right, give me your article. So
I know, so we can interpret.
All right, it says children shouldn't fish. All right, no one is stopping children from fishing. All right, I'm reading the first paragraph, and like I would care anyway, no one is stopping kids from fishing.
They are stopping the free poles for kids.
They are asking if they would stop. That's a big difference.
All right, this is, I guess, an annual project. They do Fishing Pole Project 2003. They donate 40,000 fishing poles to elementary school kids so they can learn about fishing.
Now, this is an animal interest group, which are the type of people who kind of feel like all life is all the one, and they're like Buddhist or whatever. So that's a whole different thing. It's not like the government has stopped in, and according to you, stopped kids from fishing.
This is just an animal rights group that wants to stop Fishing Pole Project 2003.
Yes, but you're reading between the lines. You're reading between the lines.
I'm reading the actual lines, unlike you.
No, see, you have to look between. You have to see the hidden
between the lines, Billy.
You have to see the hidden messages here that they are saying you shouldn't fish because the fish are feeling pain, and that's the reason kids shouldn't fish.
All right, before we even get there. You said that they stopped children from fishing. They took away their poles.
That is their goal.
They broke it in the night and took the poles.
Some animal rights people say that fish feel pain. That's nothing new. They act like cows are brothers.
No, if I went and hit a cow with a sledgehammer in the head, it would go moo and get hurt and fall down. I hit a fish in the head, you're going to hear squish. That's all you're going to hear. You're not going to see a fish feel pain.
Why, did you mess your pants again?
Billy, everything feels pain. They say even a flower can feel pain. A tree will feel pain.
Not the kind of pain we feel.
Well, that's not what is being discussed. You can't have everything as a human emotion.
You have to have a working brain to feel pain with a central nervous system.
I don't know about that.
Fish have a tiny, when you gut a fish, have you ever gutted a fish?
Yes.
Okay. When you gut a fish, first thing you do is you cut the head off behind the gills.
Right.
And if you look inside there, the thing's the size of a pea. I mean, what?
Do you want it to have a human-sized brain? Because it would be really hard to swim that way.
It's got enough to do with making the gills flap and the tail move and the dorsal thing go up and down without worrying about pain.
What do you want it to have a face like Mr. Limpet before you're going to believe that could feel pain?
That fish is not.
You ever see a fish when you bring it in the boat? It flops around a little bit. It doesn't look scared.
All right, wait. Oh, no. I disagree. I'll say this. Have you ever went after a fish like with a spear? What will it do? It will take off. It's afraid.
It's afraid of you, not the spear, because you're bigger than he is.
Well, that is still fear.
That's an emotion.
That's not pain.
But if it's
Fear
experiencing
and pain,
If it knows the difference between pain and pleasure, it would choose pleasure.
but you also have fright and flight. Okay, a fish is not going to come up to you and say, "Okay, you're a little tiny perch swimming in. Here you come with your spear." A perch is not going to attack you. Okay, that's frightened. It's going to swim away as fast as it can. It's a little fish tail going in
it's
the way.
never really, comes down to me or the fish. There's a whole ocean for it to get away.
Well, just using your example of spear fishing.
I would say this, and I honestly believe that everything feels its own kind of pain. I think even plants.
Okay, now when you're gutting a fish, when you take and you went and go right down the middle,
right?
When the thing stopped moving, it's still alive. Its eyes are open. It doesn't have the air. It's like it doesn't make a noise. It doesn't squeal. It doesn't say ouch. It doesn't do anything.
Does it have any sort of vocal cord apparatus to do that?
It has a mouth. Look,
if you're saying if nothing feels pain, we should eat it.
I'm just talking about fish.
No, I'm trying to find out why you even care about this.
Because fish don't have a...
No, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
What is your interest in this topic?
Why so passionate about fish feeling pain?
I mean, are you mad that chickens feel pain but we eat them?
No, I could care less about a chicken.
I feel the same way. I don't care whether it feels pain or not.
But I'm part Norwegian, and I'm just afraid that my relatives over there are being denied fishing poles.
No one is being denied anything.
No one has taken one pole.
Look, when you catch a fish, remember when the hook gets really down inside the fish's mouth?
Yes,
right?
we understand.
No, and you got to get the pliers in there, and you're like trying to yank the thing out. The fish doesn't cry. You don't see a tear coming down. You don't see.
It's not built that way.
Yeah, you're trying to put human emotions to it. I'm sure it's not, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't feel its version of pain. And no one's taken away poles from Norwegians.
Go back to sleep. It was all a bad dream.
No, you're on a fence.
Hey guys, what's happening? First of all, this is ridiculous, Billy. But anyway, if you're so upset because you're Norwegian, go over there and give them your skin pole, brother.
I don't have 40,000 to give.
You're an idiot. Matt, you're on Run a Fez.
Hey, Matt.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we just take all of Billy's little notes and all his little articles and let's just set them on fire.
Like the last gimmick.
And have a new fire starter story.
All right.
How would that solve the problem? Norwegian.
Norwegian. You're thinking of Fiji.
He saw this on a Norwegian board, Ronnie. Where he learned his story.
Here's Kevin. You're on Run a Fez.
Kevin, what you got?
Hey guys, we can prove Billy's theory that animals with no brains doesn't feel pain.
Yeah.
Grab Billy and let Ron hit him as hard as you can.
You want to do that, Animal?
Sure. I'll just show you that I feel pain because I have an advanced.
I will punch you right directly in that staple.
Oh, how about the other side?
I will guarantee you that I will feel pain and you will hear me
I don't think
scream.
you will. I don't think you will.
You're trying to say I don't have a developed nervous system?
I don't have any idea. I just say it's really slowed down from all the Xanax.
If you prick me, do I not bleed?
I would imagine if we opened you up, there's a tin can in your brain, there's a string going down your throat and one to your stomach, where they just talk to each other.
Casper, you're on a Fez.
Casper.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Buddy.
What's going on? Hey, Billy, I got a question for you.
Sure.
You say that plants don't feel pain, right?
No, I said fish don't feel pain.
Okay.
I say plants feel pain too, their own version.
Okay.
Yeah,
But everything doesn't have to be human.
Well, because when I was a kid, my mom always told me, if I ever get a scrape, rub an aloe plant on there. And when I break the aloe plant, that little clear liquid that comes out, that's the plant probably bleeding.
Oh, are you... My God, how old are you now? And with thunders, is God bowling? What the hell? It's the plant crying? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Thunder and lightning is God bowling, too. I know. Yeah, right. What other wives' tales your mother tell you still believe in your midlife?
We want to take a breath? Hey, Nick, you're on a Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Go ahead, pal.
Hey, man, Billy, you're an idiot. Of course the fish feels pain. It's a basic evolutionary device.
What's a basic evolutionary device about a fish?
Evolutionary device is something you need to survive. Of course the
What?
fish
Fish
feels pain.
evolve, you idiot.
Wait, if a fish evolved, it would be walking on the land like us. It would have become an amphibian and evolved. They're too stupid. Their brain has not evolved
You
enough.
came from a fish.
Then why am I not?
His mom's.
Then why are there still fish?
Man, because they're so sick. Deal with it. Of course they feel pain.
Wait, you're not answering my question.
Oh, wait a minute.
Billy,
Should every species evolve into humans?
No. Take a fish and hold it over a fire. That fish is going to freak out. It feels pain, man.
Yes, you're exactly right. No, but he's saying take a live fish, put it on a hot plate, and see if it doesn't flop the hell off of it. It's feeling something, Billy, to get to that point.
But, okay, that is not necessarily true. A fish flops in a cold boat, too.
All right, let's get a boat and a hot plate and see which one flips first. And I'll bet you $1,000. Give me Platey.
I bet you Bodie and Platey will do the same flipping, and no matter what, as soon as you take them out of their
I'm willing to bet, my friend. I'm willing to bet that you'll flip off a hot plate faster.
The winner's fish gets a better name.
But why?
You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, hello?
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to say, if lizards can feel pain, fish can feel pain.
How do you know
Same thing.
How do you know lizards feel pain?
Did you ever
Because they start licking themselves when they break a leg or something.
Yeah, if you smack a lizard, they hurt. What do you think? Only humans feel pain?
No, but I mean, the only lizard that feels pain is when they blew it up and made it Godzilla and hit the electrical wires in Tokyo.
All right, talk about an old wives' tale, you idiot. That's fiction.
I know, that's
not real. No, it's not. That is not real.
No, that's...
You think you're watching a Japanese documentary?
At what point on the scale of animals do you think we start feeling pain?
When you go from an exoskeleton to a fully developed nervous system with a fully functioning brain.
A fish doesn't have an exoskeleton.
No, but it doesn't have a fully functional brain. Like the guy said before, why don't fish have a brain? If they had a brain, they'd evolve. They'd be walking.
You don't evolve because you have a brain.
Well, then they're stupid.
Everything on the planet has evolved in one way or another. Even plants. That's what they study to find out our evolution. What do you think? It's just about smarts? Or your version of smarts?
That an animal sits there and says, I think I'll start evolving.
Wait, didn't we come from fish?
I have no idea. We came from something, they say, in the ocean, but it doesn't mean that it was a fish.
But why did it stop? I mean, why?
We are still evolving. It takes millions of years for everything to evolve.
But fish stop. Fish don't feel nothing.
Everything is still evolving, and it's not based on how you feel your pain.
I don't see anybody with a gill.
You're just being stupid.
No, I'm not.
Now you're purposely making stuff up. Michael, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, I was just going to say, Billy mentioned that fish jump around when they're in a boat, and that doesn't mean they feel pain. They're suffocating. You're taking them out of the water. They can't breathe.
Okay, can't breathing is one thing. Feeling actual pain is another.
It's a reaction. They're reacting because they can't breathe.
All right,
they're fighting for their life. They're aware of the pain they're in.
All right, see if you can get us a scientist or something on the phone, Rory.
See if you can find some sort of expert that's going to tell Billy what's going on.
If you...
What?
All right, Fezzy, what's your feeling? Pain or non-pain?
I'm sure they feel something or you wouldn't get that reaction. I don't know if they're feeling it, if they're processing it the same way a human does, but there's something there that is making a fish's body react to what's happening to it.
It's the change in the environment, this change in the stimuli.
Stop saying stimuli like you're a scientist.
Of
George.
course there'd be stimuli, though.
Yeah. Go ahead, George.
Bye.
Goodbye? That's what you said?
He screamed stimuli and then hung up. 866-277-4969.
Billy, you've been in this room for just a couple of minutes. I have a throbbing headache.
See, now Ronnie's feeling pain.
Okay, well, if you were a fish, you wouldn't. You would not be feeling pain right now. There is no way that an animal that just spends its whole life, and I barely call it an animal,
It's not an animal. It's a fish.
It's fish. Just swimming in a circle for over and over and over
Well, what circle? What do you think? Because you put it in an aquarium, it swims in a circle.
Yeah. I mean, but a fish will just swim aimlessly.
But no, it's not aimlessly. They're in an aquarium. If I put you in a cell, you'd be walking back and forth.
How smart?
You wouldn't be going anywhere, you idiot.
If a fish felt pain and had a fully developed brain, why would it bite a hook that has a worm on it that it's never seen before? Worms are foreign to their environment.
Don't you eat a sandwich you've never seen before?
I have a fully developed brain.
I'm willing to bet you don't. Why does this make you so angry?
It doesn't make sense. Why are they denying my fellow Norwegians 40,000 fishing poles?
No one is denying the Norwegians fishing poles. They're not taking away the poles. Norway makes its living on fishing.
Yeah, and so if they take away the poles, what are they going to do?
No one is taking it away. A couple of people are protesting because they probably want these kids to become vegetarians. It happens in this country, it happens everywhere. But I don't know why this has freaked you out and has got you screaming.
It just makes no sense.
Why don't you set the guy up and put your thumb on? I don't know who you have on the phone.
So, Billy, do you understand? No one's taking away the fishing pole?
See, it's the fishing poles is a sign of the times. It's the pussification of Norway. That's what it really is.
Don't steal anything from me, it says.
Okay. But the thing is, you know what? These kids...
Stop. What do you got for us, Roy?
We have Dr. Robert Baer on the phone. He's a marine biologist out of the Maine Lobster Institute.
Maine Lobster Institute?
Maine, M-A-I-N?
Correct, the state.
Hello, Dr. Baer.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Doctor. We were discussing this in studio, and Billy Staples on our staff says that fish feel no pain whatsoever.
Well, actually, fish do have a brain, and they are vertebrates just like you and I.
So do they feel pain?
I think they do.
You think they do?
Yes, I do.
Well, he's not a fish.
So, I mean, so it is not proven. So then there is a case that my theory in my studies that a fish feels no pain.
What are you basing yours on, Billy?
The fact that when I catch a fish, when I stick the plier down its throat, when I cook it, when I gut it, it doesn't squeal, it doesn't cry, it doesn't scream. It flops the same as when you pull it out of the water in the bottom of a boat.
Yeah, it doesn't talk and can't communicate like you can, but it doesn't mean it can't feel pain.
You look into the eye of a fish, you can see pain, if there's pain. If I look into your eye and you're feeling pain, I'll know you're feeling pain.
You're giving me a pain right now.
But it does have a brain.
It does have a brain.
It has the ability to process pain.
But does it have the neurological nerve endings,
Yes, it does.
The synapses and whatever to transmit all of this to the brain in order to feel? I mean,
it's so annoying.
What do you do, Doctor? What do you work on?
I work on lobster primarily.
Now, do they feel pain?
We think they don't.
Why do they scream then when you drop them in the...
They don't. If you hear anything, that's air coming out of the mouth.
Oh, I don't know. I've steamed some lobsters, and I swear I hear them screaming.
You're saying that hiss
I
is...
think so, but that's not the way it is.
So that hiss is
now,
just...
They do not have a brain.
Yeah.
Then why do they try to climb out of the pot?
Well, they do sense their environment, but they don't have the hardware. They don't have a brain. They don't have the hardware to process it.
All right, but here's the thing. They will fight to save their life, right?
They will respond to their environment, and that probably has something to do with their survival. Yes, I think that's true.
And so what are they taking the fact that their environment has changed?
Well, they're sensing that heat, and they're responding to it.
So they have nerve endings?
Yes, they do have nerves, but they don't have a brain.
So what processes the nerve endings and the firing of the synapses?
Well, it's still a complicated nervous system, but there doesn't have that central processing.
So it's just a bunch of ganglia?
It's like an insect. Yes, it is a bunch of ganglia. You've got that right. It's like an insect.
Like you, Billy.
You're the one-man ganglia.
And again, you look at a lobster and you look at an insect, and they have an awful lot in common.
Ew.
Now, I would think that even an insect would feel pain. They all try to live.
Insects that have, for the most part, the same sort of nervous system. They don't have a brain.
See, that brings me back to the exoskeleton part.
What are you talking about? He's saying fish have a skeleton, they have a brain.
Yeah, but an insect has an exoskeleton.
Yes, and so does a lobster.
So we're not... That wasn't your point, Billy.
But fish have scales, which is kind of an exoskeleton.
No, not really.
Not at all.
That's more like your skin.
Billy does have scales. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Lift up your arms.
No,
you're chafing.
I am not Fish Boy. There are no scales on my arms.
All right, so, Doctor, you're saying a fish does feel pain.
That's what I think, yeah.
All right, now, why won't we just... All right, now we found an expert, he settled it.
No, he says that's what he thinks. That's his opinion.
The only way he would know for sure is if the poor man was a fish.
Well, that's true.
He studies them.
Again, you dissect these things, and it's clear that they do have a brain and have the hardware to process pain.
It has everything it needs to feel pain. All the equipment is there, Billy, so why wouldn't it feel pain?
Then why doesn't it have the equipment, as we say, then to change?
I said that.
To change what?
To evolve, to get out of the water so it doesn't feel pain.
Why would it want to get out of the water?
It couldn't breathe.
75% of the world is water. Most of the living things are in the water. What makes you think that being on the beach is better?
Yeah, why aren't we trying to get back in?
Well, we've evolved. We have a fully developed brain. We know what's better, water or land. What about these walking fish that terrorized us? They knew enough to get out of the water.
All right, let's take a dolphin. Okay. What would you say is smarter?
A dolphin's a mammal.
All right, but it's in the water still, right?
Correct.
What is smarter, a dolphin or a dog?
I'd say a dolphin.
And yet the dolphins are in the water and the dogs have been here for how many years, and they'll still crap in your living room.
If you put a dolphin in your living room, I bet it'd crap in your living room too.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't understand the point.
Hang on, I'll ask my dog.
You know what I like about Dr. Baer sounds like Dr. Hunter Thompson. I've been studying these fish for many years.
So there's no absolute proof then that, as you say, fish feel pain.
He's the expert. We have the bet settled.
Well, I think the best evidence is that the fish do feel pain.
Right.
That's evidence?
Yes, that is evidence.
From people who have studied fish, Dr. Baer is a marine biologist. He has studied fish inside and out. They have everything it takes to feel pain.
I have caught fish. I have eaten fish. I have gutted fish. I have fried fish. I have done a lot of things with fish. And I have probably
had sex with fish. Doctor, thank you very much for being on the air with us today.
Sure, anytime.
Thank you, Dr. Baer.
Anytime. What's the... Well, perfect. Anytime. Worried about Nixon right now. These things are going crazy. Get these damn manta rays away from me. This is Hunter Thompson. He's hysterical. Of course, boys, anytime at all. Right up here in Rocky Creek, Colorado.
We'll have to call Dr. Baer anytime there's a science question, whether it's fish or not.
Tell you about what happened with Mikey last Friday.
No problem, Doctor.
You know, if I don't say that, the other guys won't wake up. You know, when we had the doctor on the phone, I look over, 4 producers, they've got the thumbs up. I'm going, thumbs up for what?
Yeah, what are we giving the big thumbs up to? What's getting the rave review over there?
And I tried to yell through this bulletproof glass.
Two panes of it.
And you know what, Wonder Boy? I probably wouldn't if Fishhead wasn't sitting here screaming at me for 20 minutes. I got a headache and agita from this Billy.
Why? Because I'm making a point?
See, you're more like a virus, Billy. You're making people ill.
It's funny, Dr. Baer. I don't understand what's going on here. I've taken a couple hits of acid and some ether a little earlier. Feeling somewhat freaky.
Can you sleep now, Bill?
No. I mean, not until, I get a full quorum here that says that the fish feel pain.
How many marine biologists would you like us to have on the air?
He was not definitive. I mean, if I had him on a witness stand, I would tear him to shreds. I would excuse me, doctor, so you're saying you think fish feel pain. That would put reasonable doubt in any fish jury that I had sitting there.
Give me 2 Xanax right now, because I want to be able to debate you fairly.
Ronnie, you've met my lawyer, Billy Staples.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
He's now representing me.
You know what he is? He's a jailhouse lawyer, like everybody in rehab. They know they're right.
If you put this man up as an expert witness, he would be totally knocked out. It would make.
The guy works with fish all day.
All he does is take fish apart.
So does the guy who works in a seafood store. He probably knows as much as this
from
guy.
Being a marine biologist.
What? He didn't. If he was
the guy in a seafood store knows how to fillet.
Yeah, and I'd rather have that than a guy who thinks.
If I was going to have someone prepare my fish, sure, I'd call your guy.
You know, and the fact that lobsters climb out of and crabs climb out of a pot is not just a reaction to their environment.
This is what I love.
They're feeling pain.
This is what I love. The doctor says fish feel pain, lobsters don't.
Yeah.
So what does Billy do? He's here to scream fish don't feel pain and lobsters do.
No, I'm trying
just
to say
the exact opposite.
No, I don't believe lobsters don't have brains.
You're driving me nuts.
How can
you're such a pain in the ass.
How could something that tastes so good not have a brain?
All right, now you're just being funny.
No, I'm serious. If you were going to, when you eat a lobster...
What about corn? That tastes good, and it doesn't have a brain.
Not whatsoever.
A potato is delicious.
It has an ear.
God, you're driving me nuts.
No, seriously.
You know, I mean, maybe... You know what's weird? I love lobster and corn on the cob together. And then you have
neither have a brain.
No, but you have butter for both. That's my favorite thing about it. I'm literally in heaven with that meal.
Things that share condiments.
There's nothing like that, is there? I mean, you have a burger and fries. It's always great. Like, now I don't have to worry about 2 condiments. I'm fine with it.
Butter's going to be good for all. Billy, are you okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Don't even go back, Fez. Let's act like Billy's dead.
Oh, I like that game. We play that a lot.
But I would feel the pain.
You haven't felt pain since you got on Xanax. I saw your fingers on fire one night. You were just sitting there.
I'm being weaned.
Yeah, you're being weaned. If that means being BF, yes, you're being weaned.
866-277-4969.
I'm frustrated, Fuzzy.
I believe it.
All right, let me
And
just
you got a headache.
We got to go to break, but Fez, you can only eat one kind of fish. What's it going to be?
Tuna.
Soul.
Out of everything?
Yeah, so you can see the eyes.
What do you have to see? You're eating.
The eyes are the window to the soul.
Was that your point?
No. Soul's good. I love soul.
Okay, but why? Because you can see the eyes? That's the only thing that's good about it?
No, it's just...
I had that filet of tuna the other day that was so damn good. It literally tasted like steak.
Whiting's good, too.
I'm going to go with Rory on this one. Rory, come on in. You know what? I even like a lot of fresh fish. I like shad a lot, man. And you don't really even get that much anymore. Rory, if you can only eat one fish, what would it be?
Marlin or swordfish.
Can I change mine?
No.
Damn.
You picked tuna fish like a child.
That's my regular.
Yeah, go ahead. You can change it.
Grouper.
Grouper's damn good.
I love grouper.
You can tell you're from Florida. I see you northern guys making faces at that.
Never even saw. It's an ugly fish, isn't it?
Yeah, but they put in a lot of sandwiches down in Florida. It's great.
Yeah, I try not to eat it right out of the Gulf of Mexico.
I prefer more like a mahi-mahi as opposed to go that way.
No. Mahi-mahi, forget it. And it's fun to say, and then you get it, and it's not that tasty.
and the fun's over as soon as it arrives.
I will order it, though. Because I love saying, bring me some mahi-mahi. And then I'm stuck with it. But a grouper you throw in a roll, man, is out of this world.
You can do a lot with it. Sandwiches, they'll throw it in a salad, grouper bites.
Catfish is delicious.
Catfish is good. I like it, man. If you got to have it prepared at the right place.
Southern, Cajun.
I don't even have to go Cajun, but I will go Southern.
I've tried catfish. Can't deal.
Really? Yeah, where'd you get it, though?
Oh, where was it? I have no idea.
You went to Assie's, didn't you? Of course that's there.
They usually have good fish at Assie's.
No, seriously, you have to really be like a real fish house.
Actually, I think it was my grandmother gave it to me.
Yeah, please. Your whole family, everything they eat tastes like boot.
Does not.
Except
their boots taste like steak.
Let me guess. Catfish soup. Everybody, come on in. I put it in hot water. Let's go.
Another good fish is mako shark. That's really
That's not
good.
a fish.
Shark's fish.
Yeah, shark is fish.
Shark is definitely a fish, but a mako shark.
What do you think he's doing? Eating a mammal?
A shark is a shark. It's a different species.
It's a fish.
A shark is not. Didn't you see Jaws when Hooper goes? It's not a fish.
Yes, he actually said it is a fish.
What do you think it is, you fat ass?
It's a shark.
Now I've gotten
not a
personal.
So it goes and stands off on its own.
So you're saying a catfish is not a fish? It's just a catfish?
No.
It's part of the cat family.
Yeah, he says it's a cat.
How do you make that jump?
All right, we got to take a break, all right? We come back here, it's Stupid Talk with
right.
Rory and Billy.
Have you driven a fjord lately?
Oh, no, you no, Reed.
Oh, no.
We're supposed to work it in.
No way.
You could have been doing cards, everything. But you don't just get to yell at it before it's like, it's the Ron and Fez show.
Howard Stern, Don and Mike, Bill O'Reilly, Ron and Fez and the Washington Redskins, 106.7 WJFK.